Okay, Twitch is up, and YouTube looks like it is running. Give it a couple minutes for anybody that's wanting to trickle in. Let's see. Double check some audio real quick. I was messing with some settings so I could edit it a little bit easier. Just make sure it is coming through properly. Let's see where it is. There it is. Okay, that on the charger.
Research complete.
So how's everybody doing today? Looks like all my audio is working. At least on Twitch. Okay. It's been a couple minutes. Yesterday, internet went out. I continued to try to fix it for like 10 or 15 minutes and gave up on it. So I don't know what happened, some sort of outage or something with the internet provider, which we're hopefully switching here sooner rather than later because they've been very crap and they raised our bill to almost $40. And for $40 upage, we can switch to a different company for a higher speed than what they are offering for technically a cheaper rate. And so we were just trying to be nice and stay with them, but they raised the rate, so we are deciding not to stick with them anymore. Is Twitch being okay? I think that's just on my end that problem is existing. Give you guys a little look into what happened yesterday when internet went out. I ended up setting up this line here with Fire Eyes to get that graphene. I don't know if this was on camera. I set the actual whatever this stuff is called. Yeah, these two Mark 1 and Mark 2s here. I set them up. Then on top of that, I of course got this running. I got way more logistic drones and the interstellar what are these things called? Interstellar logistics vessels. I got them put on the other planets, and I got them maxed out here as well. Let's see, what else did I get done? You probably saw it when we ran past it, flew past it over here. I redid the science area because it was awfully slow since we had hydrogen coming in now. I got red science working a little bit better. It is still massively behind what the other ones are.
Flight mode.
Let's see. Went and got, I think, 4 or 5, maybe even less than that, blueprints. I got an engine set up that looked pretty decent. I think I already had the container blueprint. I got that yesterday. The turbine, I got the turbines. What else did I get? The titanium alloy blueprint I got. I think that's about it. I went and killed some more dark fog bases on a different planet to give them more power, put some thermal geothermal generators on it,
Flight mode.
and then I think that's it for the most part. It was just finagling with stuff and the stream, trying to get that working again, but the internet decided to murder itself. So we got some more research done. We now have the gas giant stuff, orbital collector, which I want to get set up today at some point. If you're watching on YouTube, it's probably going to be maybe a video tour down the line. So I'm gonna get some of those set up so I can get some hydrogen flowing. And I didn't look. What is our? Okay, so we do have that other production there. Makes it a little bit easier. Let me double check. So we do not have any special ore there. Okay. Only thing we have is fire ice. Well, I wouldn't say it's the only thing. That's actually a very good thing to have in your starter solar system. I think we are ready. I'm gonna start by getting titanium alloy down. After titanium alloy, I'm gonna get the containers. After the containers, I'm gonna do a small setup of these alternators. And then we're going to start making some orbital collectors and get that logistically set up to bring back here for the hydrogen, because we have a hydrogen deficit that is kind of crappy, because we are losing some science production because of that. So where is I had a brain fart. So we're gonna get I think we need titanium for those containers, don't we? No, we don't. The containers I'm gonna set up over here. Titanium I'm gonna set up over here. So this is way closer to the actual where the titanium comes in. And I think we're gonna put it where I kind of decided was like right in here. We are gonna need some planetary, some of the smaller ones, planetary logistics systems. We can make one right now. Need some steel. Let's see, what else do we need? I need to go get some turbines, and I'm gonna get that down hopefully at some point today. Been really short on that. And then at some point I need to get this upgraded so I have like Mark II and Mark III belts and stuff like that being produced, because that is becoming a dilemma in the biggest regards. Also, at some point I need to start phasing out spaghetti land over here, and neating things up. I don't know how to say that. Making things look a little bit better. Let's see. Need to go get steel. We got steel. Okay, so we're just waiting for those containers. And then we need, I think, Mark II belts, which is more of these. So I'll grab more of those. And we have, is it Mark II inserters that we're short on? We need Mark II and Mark III. So we need some of these motors. So we'll make some of those. Make some of those. That should be plenty of that. Make some Mark II belts. 2 minutes there on that. Then we need to do, got planetary. So yeah, we have everything we need. Let's just go over here and start placing everything down, then I'll make the planetary logistics system, the other one that we need on the way back, or while we're placing everything down here. We just have some basic science running in to just catch up on some of our upgrades. We're a little bit behind, in my opinion. I think we can go ahead and do this. We really need to get some better mineral usage. Let's just take drones as queued. Okay, that is important. Cruise speed plus 1000. That would be nice. Not necessarily necessary, but would be nice. Let's see. Inventory room is always nice. I am maxing it out right now. I'm just trying to catch up on some of that stuff. We need another planetary logistics system.
Replication complete.
Okay, what is going on here? I don't have power poles. Okay, so we have, I don't think I have base titanium coming to the planet, do I? Like titanium ore. So this line right here actually might be null and void. No, we want this on receiving. Yeah, with this. So I didn't see that. So this line right here is actually null and void because we actually already have that, and we're gonna remove that. Okay, it is hitting guns, so that's a positive. The thing that is concerning here is that there is a gap in between. Okay. Steel depot. Okay, we're running into an iron ore problem. Is that what's going on here? getting the iron ore from again? Over here. Yeah, so we got iron ore. I think it's the logistics drones that are technically the problem here. Let's see if we can fix that by adding more logistics drones, because we need that to be running better. This is already running good, and most of that is close. So titanium alloy is partially set up, I would say, and I think we need to increase the actual depot amount so we have a little bit more buffer, because the flight time is so long. Then after this, we need these containers, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna set those up right there. And that will be 2 major things down. Okay, we got logistics drones now. I did increase the capacity, so there is, they have quite a bit of capacity now. I forget what the actual logistic drones are at on capacity wise. Let's see.
Replication complete.
It's quite a bit. Check power real quick. We got plenty of power. So 10 of them is quite a bit. It just takes a while for them to fly, and I think there's an upgrade for that I kind of glanced over, which is the logistic carrier engines, and we might level this up a little bit, because this is kind of our downside on the planet right now. Of course, that means they'll fly back and forth quicker, a lot of trips, hopefully, fill up stuff quicker. Well, I guess that would be more storage would make them fill up quicker.
Flight mode.
Kind of hate how this is arranged right now because this gap, but it's what it is, what it is. I didn't notice. I could always rebuild that blueprint later to get rid of that section, because it is better to, I think, to get the ore processed into the ingots for that to transport it, because of transporting things problems. Let's see. So if we go, assume want it like this, but I think with that up there, we can't do it like that. Our other, I can always turn the belt around. I think that's what is those Mark 2s? We need Mark 3 belts. Oh wow. We need superconductors. We need some. Oh, whoops. Always forget it's the clicking method for that. Okay, then we need superconductors. We got 307. That's gonna be close. It's not gonna be right. We need 12, which it looks like we're low on processors, which is automated. Like I said, I need to get a new set up for automation for Mark III, all the way up to Mark III stuff. Because we have the capability of doing it. It's just we don't have it set up. I need to get a blueprint for it. It's mainly the thing. So we need 12, if I remember correctly. Then we need, got turbines. It looks like it's more of this. Oh, and belts. We're out of belts.
Flight mode.
Do we have inserters? Yes, we have inserters, but we need Mark IIs. Is the problem there? We need Mark II inserters, which we need 70, and I think it's 20 a piece, so we need to do 80. I think that's it. And then we need to get a planetary logistics set up for the material that is going to be coming in. And then, like I said, we're probably gonna switch. These belts not marked for what they are. It's a kind of a crappy little setup, isn't it? So the containers are over here. Containers, I think, are coming out right here. So I gotta kind of have to, so copper ore is this line. What is that line? So iron ore is this line. And this is fire ice? Is that what that is? We need more belts. So it's running the fire ice recipe. So
Replication complete.
is that out or in? This is in. This is out. What the heck is going on here? Guess the only thing I can do at this point is do what I know, because this thing is kind of all over the place, because I don't know where the where the actual containers come out at. It's the problem. Let's see. Do that and get some of these. And then we need 20 containers. Which it is turbines and copper we need to go get. Turbines and copper, turbines and copper. Those are always the two things that I'm always needing. I need to get some actual, it's like those little flying around drones that bring you crap, and so I can get topped off with that stuff. Okay, so we need 20. And what is going over here? Red Science is messed up again because we need hydrogen. That is going to be in the works after we get the containers set up. This planetary logistics thing's probably going to go right here. And if we have to double this, then we'll put it over here. But I'm confused. Oh, is that what it is? The dude somehow deleted a belt?
Replication complete.
This is so compact, it's confusing me. Okay, let's get planetary stuff built. We need some fuel.
Flight mode.
I think
Replication
not a big
complete.
deal. Those are just partially damaged, hopefully, and not terribly damaged. Go back and fix them later. Then hopefully we got enough logistics drones to support this. Well, we gotta see where everything is kind of sitting. So I'm thinking like that. Has power, right? And then so we need fire ice apparently. Receive, do like 2,000. Need copper and iron ore. Copper. Receive iron. Receive. And then that gets that done. Then we need to get some Mark 3s. Pretty sure this was the copper one. Fire. Oh, no, that was incorrect. I literally just effed all of that up, didn't I? Okay, gotta empty this out real quick. Okay, so all that is emptied out. So copper's this line, fire ice. What the heck? How does that work? Okay, so fire ice is here, but why is this here? That doesn't make any sense. I guess that's if you want to skip it. That's iron at the end. Well, the closest one is iron. Iron. This is copper. This is fire ice. That's hydrogen coming out, which we can run just over here and do hydrogen provider too. Because we don't need the hydrogen for anything. Just the iron issue, which can be fixed with logistics drones, which is more steel. You get more steel. get steel, and then we need to make, just say 10 logistics drones for them. Low on iron.
Flight mode.
Get logistics drones knocked out, and then figure out where these containers come out so that I can hook them into this building over here. Oh, so it's literally right here. And then we'll put particle containers there. The problem is iron ore. That's the whole reason this setup is not running.
Replication complete.
I'm really wondering right now why this is not running over here is good, because I think I dropped off a lot of logistic drones over here, but I think I may have the power set too low is the problem, and so it doesn't have maybe enough power. If it isn't that, then yeah, it isn't that, just the flight time. If it's flight time, then I'm just going to probably put more logistics drones in that physical facility, because if that facility is where it starts, you know, it flies quicker to get places if it's from where it starts. At least until things start running. But we got 600 coming. But I do have particle containers, so I don't have to craft them as much. So that actually helps out in the short term with these logistics drones. No, it doesn't, because that is need copper again. Copper and processors. So we're
Flight mode.
processors are brought in here. Get like 200 of them. Because we always need processors. So got that. It was iron ore that we were short on. We're still at roughly the same. Of course, a piece of the factory is not running 100%. You do need to get a small setup for alternators.
Flight mode.
Yeah, a lot of stuff comes in and out of this place here.
Replication complete.
turns up charging, so we can make sure we get stuff out in a timely manner. Of course, right now we're gonna consume more than what we're producing because we're filling up storages at like buffers basically between different things. So we do have containers popping out now at a minuscule rate, but it is still popping out is the key. We're probably gonna, we probably want to put down 4 or 5 orbital collectors. Probably 5 is probably a good starting number. I could get 5 probably pretty easily. So we need 5, and then we need 5, so we need to go. Of course, we don't have the containers for that yet. Of course, it's producing it as we're speaking, but it's gonna start running hopefully more efficiently here soon. But I can get the rest of the stuff I need at least. So we need 40, so let's get 3 stacks of steel. 300. Got processors for that, right? That was titanium, which is easy. Of course, we're low on containers now. We don't want to really waste our time crafting it. Once it starts getting a stockpile, it'll be a little bit better.
Replication complete. Flight mode.
Yeah, look, we're already almost back up to 30. So I got 3 of those. Right, 3. And then we do need to get some alternators, and I already made the building we need to charge them, which it takes a minute to charge them, so let me go ahead and get that set up. And then we can just...
You've built a powerful energy exchanger. It can quickly charge accumulators with surplus electricity from the power grid, or rapidly release electric power stored in accumulators to the power grid. It continuously supplies power to the power grid if the logistics are stable.
Let's get some smelters set up real quick. And then we need them on this.
Research complete.
Of course, this is all like temporary. We're gonna eventually have a setup that does strictly just alternators. I just don't have it right now. And how many are we gonna need? So we're gonna need, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we're gonna need 100 alternators. Which 100 times 3 is 300. So we're actually gonna need way more than I was anticipating on alternators. It might be worth setting up like a small setup just to make that process quicker. Let's see, this is catching up, right? Yes. We got more containers.
Replication complete.
Let's see, we got be 4 containers. processors. We need more processors, of course.
Replication complete.
Alright, there's 5. And then we need titanium alloy, which is automated now. And we got the containers, so it's just a matter of time to get
Replication complete.
all that. So how do we want to do this? So I'm gonna do a small setup here. We could make an additional, just one additional. Planetary logistics, and just go ahead and set up a smelting area for the high purity silicon to turn into this crystallized silicon, and then do, what do we need for alternators? If we do it over here, we can pull, I do need to get a planetary logistics set up for this, so I could probably just go ahead and change this out right here for that planetary logistics, and then build the setup over here. Would probably be the better of the options here. Let's see, go ahead and get that plumbed in. Go ahead and do that. Just so we have that. Get superconductors on it, and then whenever this is emptied out, actually I could just do this here. Oh yeah, it helps if I delete that out. Now superconductors will be running and filling up. That, then we need high purity silicon, receive, put 2000. I'm pretty sure, oh, we do not have high grade high purity. We have ore, so we gotta turn the ore into the ingots, and then I think it's one, is it 1-to-1 on smelting it? I gotta check that. We got superconductors, and all it's left is iron, which I don't think I have just strictly iron set up. I have iron ore set up, receive, and then so we got to do a little bit of math on getting that set up. So what is it to smelt? It's to basically it's 1-to-1. So if I get, this is how we're kind of gonna do it. I think we're gonna, let's get some Tech 3 belts here.
Flight mode.
Run over here and get some stuff, and then we will kind of have a vision of what I'm wanting here. So we need leave a little gap there. And then we go
Replication complete.
that's This is silicon. This is that. Whoops, I am dumb. This needs to pull. And then we're gonna get belt over here like that, and then we're gonna discharge out back in. And then we have a small provider if when the alternator's filled up. Then let's power this real quick. And we can always make this bigger as we need it. Looks like we only need the one. Okay, and then what we're gonna do here is get rid of that. And then we're gonna do iron ingots here. Or actually I could probably do it like this. Then run iron ingots out here. So how much are we gonna need for alternators? 6 per 3 seconds. Be nice to get one per second, so I'd put down 3 facilities. 3 facilities of that. Actually, I might just stick with 1 because I don't think I need like a mass setup of it, and I don't want to blow through all my superconductors right now, and I don't want to have to upgrade that. So we should have plenty of that. So let's get 6 iron smelters, and so what I'm thinking is like that. And then copy and paste that over. Okay, and then we need to get it back over here, and then we're going to get an assembler. It's kind of what I'm thinking is like this, like that. Actually, let's move that so it's like here. Let's actually move it closer. I'm not wasting as much room. Do that. Do that. There should be plenty of iron, even if we like increase this, hopefully. Then what we're gonna do is this, do superconductors, and then we'll do that. belts there. And let's upgrade that because that's going to be slow. And then output belts. We need to grab more belts. I'm just doing Mark III, so because I can extend this down and I can extend this way, and we're good. And then we'll just hook this out to another planetary logistics, which we don't have yet. I'm gonna make an additional one.
Replication complete.
Let's get some more of these. We're gonna need like at least 140 more at least. And then. Okay, so grab some of that. Get a planetary logistics made. And then what we're gonna do is put it in line over here. And this is the room that we have. And then this is going to be alternators and charged alternators. And then we're going to have 1,000 on standby and 2,000 uncharged. Just because. And then what we're going to do is add a line coming like that. Then we gotta have a okay. And then all we have to do now, since we have alternators, is charge them. Which is here. And I think how I'm going to do this is let me keep it somewhat tight. So I might come right here. So that's only going to be one side, and then when this isn't one side anymore, we can just move it over. And then alternators coming out. Okay, actually, how the hell does this work again? These feed in, right? Yeah. And then we feed out. How it works. Oh, whoops, I'm literally charge. How do we get out though? Okay, so it's once you switch it to charging. Current generation, current demand. So it's using my excess power right now to charge the alternators. And then we should slowly but surely. How long does this take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we're actually going to be making them slower. I'm pretty sure. Charging them slower than we are making them. So I theoretically, well, even if I did add an extra charger, it wouldn't matter because it's just literally going to split it in half. So we'll just stick with the one.
Mineral
So
depleted.
we got it started though. We got a trickle started. That's what matters. And while we got that trickle going, we can start doing this here. So we need more titanium.
Flight mode.
Oh man, we are gonna need another planetary logistics. What's going on here? Oh wow, we already filled it up. That is surprising. So
Replication complete.
got that. We need an extra one because we need a way of getting it to the planet we are on, which will require us to have a interstellar logistics system just sitting here. So okay, so we have 5, I think, being made. I have alternators sitting on me I can dump out to get a little bit more inventory room.
Flight mode.
So we need 20 charged alternators per. Let me check power grid again. I mean, we're running pretty decent. I like what I'm seeing. And got a ban hammer was just dropped on someone. Reports spam. TY. Thank you for submitting your reports. Hopefully that guy gets banned.
Replication
His account was created 4 days ago and he is posting in links to buy viewers. Okay, what is going on here? So we do not have iron production, apparently. Enough iron production to sustain that. And we're blowing through that deposit on these super magnets. Okay, so we got 26 charged. Go ahead and grab all of them. We need to start getting. We need some super magnets. Let's get 200 super magnets. Then we need. What else do we need? We need some of these. We got. Think we still have. We don't have enough, I don't think, of turbines and. Yeah, turbines we don't have enough of, and then we need more. What is this? Oh yeah, it's a junk chest I need to get rid of.
research complete.
So we need to figure out inventory stuff. Might add to the junk chest real quick. We don't need that. Much of that, and okay. So let's grab more. Let's grab 2 more stacks of that. We're gonna need a lot of these engines, and we're gonna have to go get some titanium alloys. It's nice to actually have kind of a nice setup coming along here. Okay, so that should be enough for that. Okay, yep. So we got 1 of the 5. So where do we want to put... Let's go ahead and... I think we already have our spare. So let's get this set up. So this is going to be hydrogen, and that's the local provider, remote provider, remote receiver. Let's give this some power so it can get some juice going. And this is how we are going to get stuff to the planet. What are we low on? We can need processors. I think we're getting to that point where we can automate some of that stuff so we can stop having to grab stuff for engines and ships and stuff like that, because we use a lot of resources on building, time and resources on building ships, and we need to slow that down. Okay, so we got jammer tower. Does anybody know what the jamming tower actually does? I've never messed with it before. Okay, let's see, so we got... I think that the big thing we're waiting on is these alternators to charge. And that could be a minute on that, because we are... What is going on here? Why are you not charging? We're not producing enough power anymore? Is that what's going on? So it's not charging? Oh yeah, we are getting close to our cap, and so it turned it off. So we need to start thinking about getting more power set up. Let me check. So we lost power production somehow. So we need to go and check stuff, because belts that are not normally empty are getting empty, I'm assuming, and we lost some of our production because we're getting up there in that power consumption range. Let's get another furnace down. I think it was worthless actually to upgrade that. I think it was actually this the whole time. We needed to get more actual... Let's get another one just to be sure, so we can just run off real quick. Okay, there we go. Let's check this one. This one's running perfect. I mean, this should be getting close, right? Yeah, that's filling up. So if that fills up, it's gonna fill this up. So that's gonna work. Our other big power production thing is up here. Because we were at 250 and we are maxing out right now. Where is... It's over here, I think, right? Yeah, we're running out of coal, it seems. But we only got 2 off. So that is technically not probably the issue that we are looking for. We do have one more set up. Forget where it's at. It's right here. This is looks like it's working properly. Could really use... So how did we lose 50,000? I mean, is it this here? Oh, it is over here, isn't it? This is where our problem is. It's right there. Okay, so we need to... fix this. How do we do this? So we could make... Because this would work if it was max full belts. We could... Let's go get steel real quick. This thing is literally doing nothing. And we are going to hook a planetary logistics thing up to it. And we are going to get call from that one node that's close to it and get them to deliver it over and drop it into that belt to make it a full belt. Is kind of what we're going to do. So where is... We need some steel to make one real quick. We should have... Are we charging alternators? Yes, we are charging alternators, but it is not at a decent rate.
Replication complete.
I wish there was a thing for efficiency on power consumption or making these run better. I know there's some additional stuff that I technically do not have down as of now. So let's get a planetary logistics down, and then we will get a belt coming off, request coal, receive, have like 1500 over here, and then change this. And because it looks like we fill this up, then it will run better. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And also, I should have just went like this. And then that way, do that, and then we can do this here and extend these belts. And the other thing we can do is do this here and balance, load balance that. Okay, so we load balanced, and then we, because that middle has extra going on it, and then we added one on each side, and that should increase our power slightly. Yes. And then we need to, okay, we should have some alternator charge to get some of this down. We do need to get, did we get 10? We need 10 carrier. Did we already do that? Yeah, we did. Okay. So let's come over here and grab alternators. We can start getting hydrogen brought in, and I'll fix some of our research. We can start getting some of these the geothermal, or not the geothermal, the whatever the reactors are called, thermal power plants switched over to hydrogen, and that will save us a crap ton of coal on our planet, because that will become a problem if we do not. And so we have enough to do. Very low on. Need some turbines. Some turbines, and then we'll start creation on this here. Oh whoa! We need some titanium alloy apparently too. And that will give us 3 sets. And I forget, does anybody know off top of their head if those actually, those gas collectors actually require carrier drones as well? Actually, don't remember off the top of my head. Okay, so we got that done. Got all that, and then we need to figure out. Okay, we are out of suit power. Let me double check. So what do we need for this? So we need, so we can get I mean, these hydrogen fuel rods would do it. Can I actually, I'm double checking something, because we have a technology either close to being unlocked or unlocked that is the next level of thermal generator. Here it is right here. So we could maybe start fusion power generator, ion energy type, and make made in assembler. How does he feel? Does this, if anybody knows on this one, so the mini fusion power plant, I'm guessing you have to use this fuel, and that is kind of expensive to make that fuel, isn't it? But how much power does it did it make is the question, because it justifies it off of 15 megawatts versus what? 2.16. Okay, so there's a drastic difference in how much power it makes. So durability doesn't say how quick it would use one of these fuel rods. Problem is, if I start making these hydrogen fuel rods, which I probably could, and I could probably run, if I could run it with that, then that would be a better option in my opinion. But this is 54 megajoules versus the other one is drastically higher on the megajoule rating. So we need to, because we are burning through fuel a lot quicker, because I got some upgrades to charge the suit better, and so we are burning through the fuel I normally use super quick. Let's get some alternators real quick, and I think with all the procrastinating I've done, we just have to go get stuffed turbines, and we can, I think, produce here in a minute both the last two things we have, so we can just probably wait for that. Because that takes 100 seconds to do, and it takes like 6 or 7 to charge one if we got power output. Like, so we are charging we are charging faster than we were originally. How many are we short? So we are 6 short, so we actually have enough right now to do this. Oh, we need some super magnets. Go ahead and grab like 79 of them and go ahead and queue that up. Let's check our power. Get on power. Go ahead and set destination for there. And then we can go over here and actually, I think it's on the equator we had to follow to set these up, if I remember correctly. So we have to find the equator. Yep, it's equator. And then you can space them out on, yeah, every...
You've constructed an orbital collector. It can automatically collect resources from this giant. Set your other interstellar logistics stations as interstellar demand for these resources, and the logistics vessels will automatically collect the cargo. Resources produced will first be converted into energy to sustain the operation of the collector.
Okay, there we go. And then I don't know how many we actually need to get the whole. Can we sit here for 60 seconds? But we can fit a lot, if you can tell. Like 5's barely gonna put a dent in this, but it gives you that supply of that steady, so infinite supply of basically hydrogen that you kind of need. So yeah, look, that's hydrogen production just ramped. So we're doing, it's a 10-second period, so 199 in a 10-second period. That, of course, that's with the planetary stuff that's going on as well. So it isn't just here that's doing that. We got 20 seconds. Go ahead and set destination back to there. And then we have to make sure that it's actually working when we get back.
Replication complete.
Okay, so we got all 5 put down. Wait for the drone to come back, and then we are good to go.
Cruise mode.
Where's my planet? There it is. I think we need to be right there. Check to see if it's working. Yes, it is working. So we have local provider. So we got a good start. We got some hydrogen coming in, so that will help us switch off from eventually using coal. Is the
Flight mode.
is the plan with that, because when we're not using coal, we will save a ton, because if you guys look, coal is ticking down like a ticking time bomb. That's what happened last time with me, is I ended up just completely running out of coal before I got far enough, and we need to basically substitute it with other things. I think we are, and hydrogen doesn't burn good. I think it's comparatively to the 6.7 there, and then where is hydrogen at?
Flight mode.
It isn't actually showing it. So that is actually better. Actually, hydrogen's better. I didn't know that. So hydrogen is 9 megajoules. Huh, 9 megajoules. This is also 9 megajoules, so it's not worth transforming it over.
Flight mode.
But I think the goal would be to basically change out the fuel here to the hydrogen,
Research complete.
to basically slow down the consumption of the coal on the planet. I mean, it's slightly slower. I mean, it says conversion rate is 80%. 80%. Yeah, it's actually way slower to burn. Oh, it seems pretty slow. It's about the same. But with hydrogen basically replacing coal, I'll slow down on a lot of stuff. And I can probably go ahead and just do this as well, and spin these lines of this and increase my power a little bit, since we were so close last time on that. So I think, do we have, yes we do, we have, let's just go ahead and add 2. And this should increase my power quite a bit here. So what are we at? So we're at 224. Is what we were at. So let's see. So we added about 26 megawatts of power, which is okay. That's an okay amount.
Flight mode.
And we can check consumption. We're looking good.
Flight mode.
Let's see, we got, but we should have enough hydrogen to run Red Science full time now. So that's a positive. We are trickling it, which is kind of, I wouldn't say upsetting, but we could, I think we are not maxed out, so let's go ahead and max out height on it and get some more coming out.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, we're gonna start getting some mineral efficiency. And I think the actual like hash rate on this is slower than that last one we did, so we're actually going to start building up a stockpile possibly. If not, I could, because I think both those containers are full and I really need to start filling this up. I could just bypass the container and just go like that. Put a green there. And then do, I don't know if we're gonna have to, or yeah, we're gonna have to upgrade this belt for hydrogen. We gotta downgrade that because I accidentally upgraded the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. And that should hopefully start filling up. It's not filling up quick enough. Screw it. We only had 2 more to go, and we pretty sure we have the production. Maybe not on the. We're gonna be slowing this production down anyways with the thermal generator. Okay, so we're at the 700 range of hydrogen consumption. We are also, we're gonna probably do, let me go over here and check this, because what I think I need to go probably get more platform, is start getting rid of some of the other thermal generators to basically and replace them, put them over there, so I can stop having them clustered all over the map. So what was I doing again? I was need probably to get more thermal generators. I need to get more stuff for ground to fill in stuff. We are gonna come over here. I think what we're gonna do, not necessarily this section's here yet, because I don't want to like mess with this too much over here. We're gonna come over here and start deleting out some of the thermal generators over here, and basically try to replace for all this is what the goal is. So we went down to back where we were, and now we're gonna go add that back on, but where is it? Over here, because that's kind of in an area that's out of the way, that's closer to the hydrogen area, so that we can actually guarantee that the hydrogen is good. And then we will just basically start wrapping this around, basically. It's kind of the goal. Okay, we have plenty of room for expansion there. So let's go ahead and place down what we can here. Do like that. And we are gonna have to, oh, okay, where's it going? Looks like, yeah, it's going over there, so it's not a big deal. About to say, if it's coming here, I got more power coming to me. But it feels like they come after this planet a lot less. And I'm wondering if it's because they realize the people are using them just for power, because you can get a lot of power out of them. We're gonna have to upgrade belts probably to Mark II. It's the other thing here we're gonna have to do, because I think we're getting to that point where this is not gonna be supported. Do we have inserters? Enough insert? No, we don't. Okay, so let's go pick up inserters. We're gonna have to probably pick up more belts, more turbines, and then make some Mark II belts. So we need inserters, belts, and then we're gonna get 2 stacks of that. Let's start making 300 range is probably good. And let's grab another stack of tier 1 tech 1 belts so we just have that on standby. And then we're gonna upgrade what we have and then place down more. And this should add quite a bit of consumption to hydrogen, so I gotta pay kind of close attention to it.
Mineral depleted.
Double check it, make sure there's no gaps. I think that almost doubles it when that doubles the amount that can come down the belt when I upgrade it once, so.
Replication complete.
Okay.
Flight mode.
And then I'm just hoping I have the hydrogen production for this. We should. And if not, we just go throw down more, I'm gonna use up all my belts. So, yep, I'm gonna use up all of my belts. So we need to make some more. Good thing we picked up plenty. And then we need to get some belts or some inserters put down.
Replication complete. Upgrade complete.
Okay, so we got mining upgraded, so that's good. Okay,
Flight mode.
so what is going on here? So there's something not upgraded right over here, I'm betting. Yeah. Okay, and let's increase the max to 3,000.
Flight mode.
And let's check production real quick. So we're at 1,400 production and 1,100 consumption right now. We just went up to 304 megawatts, which is pretty decent.
Flight mode.
And I'm assuming we went down on this consumption production. We kind of did. Let's go take more offline over here. And the goal is, like I said, eventually get basically all this over here turned offline. So that way we can consolidate. I'm being blind. Give me a minute. There it is. Okay, so let's run over here and we will delete this out, and this will get coal production down a lot. Okay, so that
Flight mode.
solves some of that problem there. And then we need to go find somewhere to dump all this off. Over here? Yeah, we can dump in these. What the heck? Oh my goodness. That is a rookie mistake if I hadn't seen it. Okay. And then that clears out my inventory a little bit.
Flight mode.
We can run over here and drop some this hydrogen off real quick. So what are we looking at? So just about where we were before, but I'm assuming we dropped. We're still at that 1400 per minute mark, which is surprising. I'm wondering what is consuming so much.
Flight mode.
I mean, because that's really not running over there. We do need a crap ton for this to run. Is that where all of it is? Is all in this right here? I'm assuming it's all kind of in this. I guess we could figure out probably pretty quickly here. Figure out numbers. It's about 200 to 250 a minute. Okay, so it's definitely not there. We did drop production. 1300 still. That's quite a bit. I'm not gonna be any of that being 1300. This is moving pretty decent over there, but it's not 1300 worth. See, we got what is this? Is not even moving.
Flight mode.
Are we filling up storage? Is that what's going on? This 1200 just seems kind of high on like production. Because that like peaks at 500, then resets. This isn't even running, so that's not going into the calculation.
Upgrade complete.
I mean, is it really all over here? Is where... Because I don't need... Not needing any there. Not needing any there. Provider. I mean, thermal generators and red science are really just consuming that much, I think it is what it is. We did get the consumption down a lot, though, so that's a positive on that regard. So let me go in here. I need to get some more stuff queued up. We need to get some logistics drones moving just slightly quicker. It's been a problem. Let's get movement speed. Inventory's already in there, and then we can start. So we're getting caught up on some of that stuff. Start getting some of this done. Because I want to get the structure. I'm not going to get solar sails because I feel like solar sails are literally a waste of resources unless you're actually got a Dyson spear kind of started. But we can't do Dyson spiritual purple science. Where's purple science at? That's green. That's the warpers. Where's purple? Purple's here. What do we need for purple? We need this. So... Okay, that's not terrible. And then we'll go ahead and get purple science queued up. We do need to get this done just so I can experiment with it. I haven't really messed with that too much, so I don't know 100% how that works. Pretty sure this is like the long range power transmission.
Flight mode.
Let's just double check. See, yeah, it dropped again. So it's still like, I think what's going on is it's filling up storages, and the number is going down like even more, and that's it's getting closer to where I feel it should be at. So we got, okay, that's hydrogen going there, that's right. That's a basic setup. Like I said, I can duplicate this, put it on the side, and then we just move this tower down is basically what we would do. And to make this bigger, this is pretty well. I think this is, forget what that setup is. I think that's 108 processors, which is pretty decent. That's 2 a second over here. This should suffice for a while. I got plenty of acid. I'm like hardly using the acid at all. Double checking things, making sure everything's running good in running efficiently. The alternators we are good on. Let me check hydrogen production again. 1600, so we might, let's see what we're looking like in storage here. I mean, it's not like terrible. It's pretty okay number there. We probably need to start thinking about getting copper and iron set up on this other planet. We have how many? 6 relay stations there right now? So we have 8,000 copper there, but like 0 iron. So, but we do have a ton of stone and titanium there, which is another source for titanium when it comes to that. This planet has iron on it, so there's a good supply of iron there, but no coal. So like once we basically have, once coal is out, we're out. So we need to like try to get as much coal usage down as possible. So that's why I've been trying to switch over from using coal as much, because we are we did go down, as you guys can see. That's pretty steady downward trend on consumption, because once we run out of coal, we are out of coal. We need like to go to a different solar system to get it, and the primary thing taking up coal is this, and most of this is red science and thermal generators, it seems. So getting rid of this would be a perk. Well, a good thing. Getting rid of this thermal here and getting rid of this thermal here would be really good for our setup, which I could probably go ahead and do. But we need to get probably more hydrogen production going, just so we know we're on top of it. Because I want to be guaranteed like we are good on hydrogen. So we're gonna go ahead and get probably like maybe another 5 or so of the gas collectors started, and to do that we need to get this. So just get some steel. Okay, it's got steel. What do we need? Don't need. We do need some eventually. Need some of that. We need to start getting a few more things automated as well. Let's see, what are we at? Almost 2 hours streaming. Processors, go get some processors. And then we're gonna need some of these, which we already have a 1300. Wow, I'm getting up there. 200 probably is good, and then we can probably get 200 processors. And we're gonna need titanium, I'm assuming. We're low on, yeah. But I think we have everything we need to basically start automating sections of production. So we could get 5 of those queued up. that should be enough to get that. And all we need is
Flight mode.
titanium alloy. Get like 300 of that.
Upgrade complete.
And we're gonna need to go get superconductors. Superconductors and what else was it? Superconductors and batteries. So let's go get some batteries. So we need 100 batteries and what for superconductors? 500 superconductors. Of course, I can't fit all of them. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're gonna need 100 alternators. Starts that we got, so it's titanium and turbines.
Flight mode.
I didn't know we needed both of those for it. Again.
Flight mode.
Yeah, we really do need to automate those engines. Those engines are the only thing slowing us down. Drastically, at least. So I'm gonna do some research on getting a new, like, kind of like mall setup. That's what people call it, of like all your base materials. So what are we missing again? So we need more turbines and like more of this.
Flight mode.
So that should be enough for 2 more. And that will be, yeah, well, that'll be close. So we're gonna need, because I think it's 500. Okay.
Mineral depleted.
That's that, and then we need, where was that at? Of course it is there. Yeah, we're gonna have to start thinking about the super magnet, or super, what are they? This super magnet rings needs more iron input, so,
Upgrade.
which I'm kind of an idiot, so I just noticed. I could just, let's get Mark 2, just go like this. And this should substitute whatever it's missing to an extent, because this should fill up. filling up. Good. So that's a positive there. We got, oh, we just got an inventory row. I just noticed that. Welcome to the new inventory row. In the chat, so that's good. It's always nice to get a new inventory row. I'm gonna probably, I think I grabbed way too many super magnets, so I'm gonna go drop some off so I'm not just running around with just a bunch of excess super magnets. And I am currently working on increasing the speed of my logistics robots, which is also a positive. Check. Oh, yep, went down again. Let's check power consumption. So current generation. So what the heck is going on here? So we messed up on building this apparently. Okay, what are we looking like on belts and everything? So we have belts, we have constructors, we have storage.
Mineral depleted.
We do not have furnaces, so let's get a new stack of furnaces. Power poles, let's check power poles. We got 65 still, chemical plants. Chemical plants we are out of, almost. Then might be worth getting some solar, the poles solar paneled up. I've seen some people do that. Of course, that one is, this one probably, I think the South Pole actually gets less light. What I'm thinking about doing is doing a ring of those solar panels. How could we get? I mean, the solar panels, they're not used in anything other than just solar panels, if I remember correctly. They don't go into solar sails. So where are they? I'm being blind again. But we got 360 kilowatts. So it's so does this planet have a sun bonus? We have a 101% bonus to sun. So it's not like great, but it would take some of our power constraints down. So I might, let's get, see, what do we wanted to do this at? So what do we need for solar panels? I think we need 3 things for solar panels. Copper ingots, which we had to smelt. I'm just trying to get working on power. Power is a constraint right now because, like, the bigger I make my factory right now, the closer you know, I want more of a buffer is basically what I'm trying to say. And so I figure I can substitute with solar panels. And then because we have these ingots here.
Upgrade complete.
It's technically better than coal to an extent. So hydrogen's technically infinite because this planet here has infinite supply of hydrogen.
Mineral depleted.
But the process that I have is very space inefficient because of how much, like, how many of the generators I had to have. So, like, this right here
Replication complete.
is roughly like 200 megawatts of power. But if you covered this same area and like solar panels, it would be half, probably somewhere around half that, or maybe even closer to like 3/4 the amount of power. So it's not like too much off. But if you, like, a lot of people setups, they'll put like 5 or 6 rows plus like a layer right here all the way around the pole, because you can like span that super easy, and because the night day cycle, it'll basically will always be generating roughly the same amount of power, so you don't have to worry about the fluctuation between daytime and nighttime. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about setting up, but I want to automate the solar panels first, because there is certain planets, so like wind energy efficiency basically rating, but it's the efficiency of how well they work. And so like solar panels technically get 101% here. Wind gets 100. But like on certain planets, depending on how close you are to the sun, so like this planet here gets a 150 wind rating, so it's 100%, 150% efficiency. So what it's rated for, you get a 50% more, and then you get 19% on solar. And then like a planet super far away from the sun gets a reduction on solar, so you'd want to stick more with wind or like thermal, and so you would basically, you know, eventually I would need solar panels anyways to help set up like newer planets in case it didn't have like a coal area for me to make power. And I needed like automate solar panels to begin with, and I was like, I figure I'll automate it so I can just go ahead and do like the pull here. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out what all I need to like accomplish the setup that I'm wanting to do to get like a beginner solar setup of like production. See, okay, so I need copper ingots, which don't have fully set up. Do not have, I think I'm getting just flying in silicon, so we gotta set up smelting for high purity silicon and that. And then what do we need? I need iron, so it's iron and copper, so I need all 3. So I could probably get iron and copper like that, so I can actually hold on to receive, and then just fill this up. Get a smelting area. So I forget what the actual math is, and I'm gonna come over here and kind of cheat, because this is already kind of set up for what you need. Because I think it's one to one is kind of what we need. Yeah, so it's 1 copper, and then yeah, so it's basically 1 to 1. So that is kind of how I'm gonna work it. So we need to get copper set up, and then we need copper for the actual. It's every 6 seconds. So if I have. So what I'm thinking is something like this here. So it's 1 to 1. So if I have 3, so we need 2 spaces here. That's what we need. Then we need 1, 2, 3. Actually, we'll have to get rid of that. Go right there. And then we're gonna do. This is probably over what we need, but I'd rather have over what we need than be under. So that's going to be copper production there. This is going to be circuit boards. This is going to be that. Iron's gonna come in there. We only need iron for this, and it's quite a bit. Let me check over here. So that's 1 to 1, and then I have basically 2 smelters, 3 smelters basically extra there for copper.
Upgrade complete.
So 1 to 1, it looks like for that. Actually, I might just set it up like that. I can probably just get rid of that. I'm kind of copying someone else's design. Is what I'm doing. Okay, so we're gonna do like I actually have to have that space there. Okay. But if we have the space, oh my goodness, I keep on thinking of a different way of doing it, and I'm like just doing it, just need to do it away. There we go, do it like that. Get smelters, because I think we can still run a belt here, right? And then I should be able to go like this, right? Yes, that works. Okay. Then we're
Mineral
gonna do.
depleted.
Okay, and then this is going to be iron. This is going to be circuit boards. It's going to be iron. Okay, that'll work good enough to, at least to pass. So we got copper. Okay, is this full? Yes, it is. So we're gonna have to get one more planetary logistics down. Not gonna lose my time crafting it if I just come over here and grab it. Get one of those, and then what we're gonna do. So I think
Replication complete. Upgrade complete.
okay, and where our other dilemma is now is we need some shape or form. Sorry, I got the band hammer is been deployed again. Banned. Okay, more people trying to put links in the chat that are the buy more viewers at this website. Remove this space. Use code whatever. Just all spam. Let's see, let's do 2 production things. It's kind of what I figure math on this is going to be, and I left room for error in this math. Okay, and then what we're going to do now is go like this, come over here, and what we're going to do is run this belt out. If I remember correctly, we do not need a lot, but we do need kind of a lot. Let's just say, I think I mean, what is this? 30 per minute. We would need, I mean, what is that? I mean, technically, I think 1-to-1 would work perfect. So if we did one smelter, insert, power pole, output, like that. Come down like this. Go like that. I'm leaving room here in case I need to expand that. Come on, guys, I need you to do this and not that. Okay, there we go. So that
Flight mode.
should be good there. And then what we're gonna do is go like that. And we're not gonna even hook this up to planetary logistics because we don't even need. We're gonna put a big storage just in case one day we want to increase this. If we can eventually plummet to it, but I really do not think it's worth plumbing this to a planetary logistics thing, because we might have to upgrade that. And then output can be slow because I think the only makes one. So we got 14 a minute. And then so basically we're not gonna fill this whole thing up. Literally what we're gonna do is probably fill half up, and that big container's just there to be there. And then this pole is kind of like the side I'm thinking about doing. And in between this area here, all the way around. It's kind of what I was thinking, because that's kind of out of the way. Get like a base thing set up to show you kind of like what it's gonna look like. Then we need to go put down the might actually put it here, that way we're further back. So how it's gonna work, it's like this. And then we just follow this line all the way around. And when solar is running, if I remember correctly, it takes priority over like thermal generation. So it will entail it will skip using thermal generation if it can use solar. And I think there's a way to actually get the statistic for actual like power. Yeah, it's right here. So you can actually get like we were getting like 2.5 megawatts on just this one row, and when you go all the way around, you get tons of like power. And it's very space efficient because you usually don't want to build very much on like the poles because of how like this spacing works. The spacing changes and limited room kind of thing, and so it gives you just like that little bit of something. And are they still? Wow, it's still generating power even though it's on the other side. So it's actually not terrible, because it's like on almost on opposite. Yeah, it's opposite side now, so it's gonna start going back up here shortly. Yeah, it's gonna go back up. So it's 87.58. So, and now it's going back up. So it's actually gonna even get electricity even at nighttime to an extent on this side, which is cool. Let's copy this. So kind of like what I'm thinking is I can go like that, and then just go around like that, and then this will tell me kind of where I need to, how much I'll need basically to do a section. Is now I'll copy that and then put that like that. Okay, so there's water that I had to fill in there. Of course, I won't be able to fill all that in yet. Use now. Of course, I can't use that many. Use now. Okay, and then go like that. And then first place. So I need 229 solar panels. And then that's kind of how it's gonna be. It's gonna be like a ring around the whole thing, like that. And this by itself is going to be a lot of power. So I think we got, let's check, make sure I have fuel, and we're gonna go to set some more gas collectors up so we make sure we have hydrogen for the future, because hydrogen, of course, is very important aspect to help replace product eventually. So coal, at least. Let's see, I'm trying to find, here it is. So this is where we left off.
Cruise ended.
Then let's go planetary. So we got 5 more. So we can place 5 more of these down. And then we will move faster than what the drones can go, and when you leave the planet they act up, if I remember correctly. It's like our capability with like actually producing hydrogen will be so high that we won't have a problem with it, is basically what I'm shooting for. Eventually we want to get the whole thing covered in these gas collectors, which were... Oh, no, I just got an achievement for building 10 of them, which I think we already had. Did we not already have that? No, I didn't. I never had that achievement before. That's actually kind of interesting. So, still getting achievements too this day. That's good. I still have like 100 plus achievements that I haven't gotten in the game yet, so not too big of a deal. But that 10 orbital collectors, that was actually kind of the easiest I've gotten the orbital collectors, so that actually makes me feel real sure that I'm getting a pretty decent, efficient setup started. Okay, let's see. What are we, we are low on
Flight mode.
this here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna increase this. So we're gonna add 3 more. And then we're just gonna go like this and connect up. The goal is I want to get a little bit faster production on the solar, so I can get this over with and start filling up this container. Let's see, so yeah, we might need even more than that. Yeah, we're gonna need
Flight mode.
more, I say. So my math was really off on this, apparently. Then let's get
Replication complete. Flight mode.
that's better. We're getting filling up the line now. So that's what we want to see there. Okay, we got another 50.
Flight mode.
See how much 50 does here. I mean, 50, I mean, that's a pretty good number. Alright, let's do the power check. Yeah, so we got 14 megawatts coming in from that now. And of course this is gonna go down because it's on the opposite side right now. But with that being said, we can... What my goal is to come over here and knock down more of this production here. Just get rid of all of this. And let's get rid of coal.
Flight mode.
How much? Oh, I could just dump all this in here, couldn't I? Okay. Then we don't. Actually, should have took some of that for myself because now we have a shortage on me. Okay, so that should knock down some of our coal usage. let's go ahead and get rid of that crap there. Okay. Getting rid of some of this wind crap because it takes up some space. Okay. That's all done. Now let's come over here. And we're gonna do the same thing. Oh, fuck. I just destroyed something I needed. We're gonna have to fix that. There we go. And we need to get rid of coal and that. We might go jump off all of the extra wind turbines because, well, a stack of them at least, because we don't need that many on me. And we don't need all these thermal power plants because we're trying to phase a little bit of them out. And then we need to, we can probably drop there we go. Okay. And then what is our power looking like? Now I'll go to power production. Oh yeah, look at that. That's getting up there. That's 41 megawatts now, 42 megawatts.
Light mode.
$50 megawatts. Yeah, pretty soon here they're gonna pass the thermal generators. I mean, that's maybe a little under a quarter, and that's 50 megawatts. So, probably like 200 plus megawatts of electricity will be created when this is complete. So that's
Light mode.
pretty decent amount. That's about double what I had before. So. I still have 95 there. Okay, so let me check coal usage, production. So yeah, we look at that. That is a drastic difference there, I would say, right? So we just launched our coal down drastically, which is a good thing. So we're consuming less because basically the only thing really consuming it now is red science
Flight mode.
and a few other miscellaneous things that need it to run. And we basically have hydrogen. What's our hydrogen production now? So yeah, like we're doing 3,000 hydrogen production right now and consuming 1,200. So theoretically, we could double our thermal power plants right now and be in the green. So power's looking good. Let me check what our consumption is on everything else. So iron, we don't have very much iron, I think, in this solar system. Double checking. Yeah, actually, no, we do. We have plenty. It's just coal, and that's why I wanted to get coal usage down to a minimum. So we have 165 coppers there, so I think with how low copper is, we need to get that set up. So we need to get copper set up. Let me double check a couple other things, what productions are. So I need to check silicon ore. I did not put that under. So we need to go.
Flight mode.
I want to go probably expand my silicon output just to make sure that stays on top, because I think we have plenty of storage. Exporting, importing. Okay, we have plenty to stay on top. I'm gonna go expand, I think, my titanium a little bit and my silicon a little bit, and then while we're there, get some dirt.
Flight mode.
Maybe expand the power grid a little bit there. Okay, so we're coming back online. Before it didn't do that. Oh, I think I know what it is. The way we're orbiting this planet and the sun is changing, and that variable makes it so at certain points this does not produce power. So like right now, this pole looks about the same. But we are still producing power, and once it's all the way around, we'll produce even more power. So not a big deal. Consumption, we're doing like 130 megawatts, which is not terrible, but we don't have a lot of things running right now. So okay, let me check my fuel. So we have a little bit of fuel. Let me go top off on fuel. We got conveyors, we need assemblers, we got furnaces, we got stuff to do. We need to grab stuff to do planetary logistics station. Okay, so we got fuel. We need to grab stuff to do, get at least 2 planetary logistics systems, which is, so we need some steel and steel. We're gonna get some titanium alloy. And then we need to add some more stuff to the queue for the research. And then we need to get that queued up real quick. So we got that. Then we should... We'll have the planetary logistics stuff. Then we will need... What? We have 2 of those, so we do need to get... Let's go get some stuff to do.
Flight
I need to do 10, 20 more. More of this. Of the interstellar logistics vessels. We'll be making 20 of those for those 2.
replication complete.
What are we short on? So we got those. Oh, it's
Flight
of course titanium alloy again. I really need to get that set up so those are automated made. But I got so many other things I need to get done first. Okay, so let's just get 300. And then I'm short on something again. Turbines, and then we should be good. And then we'll have 2 more interstellar logistics things set up, and those can also transport the silicon or titanium, whatever we decide to put in them. We might get iron set up there as well. That might be a good thing to go ahead and start doing, because I think that planet also has iron on it. Yes, that is our iron planet after it's depleted here, so we'll go ahead and get some iron set up there. Maybe not worry about the copper. Get some more... Wow, silicon is getting absorbed there, and it's the only planet with silicon. That's... I didn't notice that before. But we do have a lot of stone there at one of these planets. I think it's... Yeah, 14 million stone, so we could get silicon set up there. It's just going to be a little bit more taxing of a process. Okay, so we'll go ahead and set destination.
Flight mode. Cruise mode.
Okay, so we are going there. We're actually fairly close, so this shouldn't be terrible getting there. Oh yeah, I need to set up more research real quick. Let's see, can we do construction drones? Not super important. Walking speed's kind of important. Can't get that. Can't get that. Need purple. File stacking. I probably should go ahead and get the first one of that. Go ahead and get that. Can't get that. Research speed can't get. Let's go ahead and get weapons. Oh, and of course we overshot our destination because I was busy looking at things. And now we're not going to be able to turn around for a ways because now we don't have enough power to turn with our speed. And oh goodness me, now we're several minutes away than what we were. We're just gonna do a loop around our hole. Let's just zero out our speed because we're not gonna turn. Because the slower we are, the easier it is to turn. So let's get to 1,000 and then start a turn. Oh, nope, still can't turn. Oh my goodness. Now we're 2 AUs away on almost. We almost have the turn made. This is partially due because of my fuel and me not paying attention, not being able to get there. Alright, let's go mess with stuff and go past it again. So we're gonna get kinetic. We'll get the shield upgrade, the next shield upgrade, and that stuff. Yeah, we got a minute.
Replication complete.
Okay, so we got how many? 20. Yep. So that's enough to max out the 2 interstellar logistics systems. Power, I think, is going to be an issue on this planet, and we do not have any dark fog on this planet, so there's not going to be very much like going on to kill to get stuff. More power, at least, like the other planet. Because I think there's 6 dark fog bases on one planet right now.
Research complete.
Okay, yeah, and I gotta experiment with that now, because I don't. Anybody knows? Oh, don't fucking bypass it again. Okay, there we go. Where are we at? If anybody knows what, if you can use multiple types of fuel in that fusion reactor, I'm assuming you can. It takes the fuel it comes with, but I wasn't sure if it takes anything else. That's the problem. Where is an iron node? Is there an iron node? Oh, there is an iron node right there. But we need to get a silica. Do we have the only silica node? Is that the only silicon? Oh, that is the only silicon node on the whole planet, is this thing right here. How much fire ice? With that being said, we got fire ice, plenty of fire ice production. That's not fire ice, that's titanium. I think we got 1.3 million fire ice. We can get, I guess let's get right here set up. So there's basically 3/4 of the copper of the whole map is right here, and iron. And we might split planetary there and a planetary there. And I think we're just gonna do ore again. We're not gonna do anything like wild on this. Let's see, planetary. And then planetary here. And then we're gonna get power hooked up. Like that. And then let's get the miners going. I might run out of the miners, but I think I have stuff here to actually okay, yeah, so went through a few there. This one's smaller, so have enough. We might not have enough belts for this. Enough stuff to make for belts for this, now that I'm thinking about it. Because this is, they're all gonna need like Mark III belts. Yeah. Can we get, how many Mark III belts can we make? How many do we have? Okay, so cancel that. We might have to come back to get more Mark III belts, but that's not too big of a deal. We're gonna need, can we make some miners real quick? We need maybe like that many. And then get power poles for everything. Oops, I don't want to put a dead center in the middle there, do I?
Replication complete.
How much power is... Yeah, we're gonna need more solar, or more wind, my bad. And we can copy and paste this. This planet's actually become like fairly safe to an extent. Okay, so we're gonna copy that. Of course, this is not the right spacing at all for this, is this? Okay, so that should add a little bit there. And then let's go load these new planetary Logistics up. We got 307,000 dirt or soil off of that. Okay, we got that. So you're gonna be copper, local provide, remote provide. Yep, there.
Light mode.
Let's get T3 belts started, some shape or form. Okay, so I need like that. So this should be like that. Okay, yeah, that's basically all I'm gonna get done with what I have. We need like but we do have copper and stuff, so that was almost, what was that, 250 belts or something like that. So okay, so we do have more. Let's get I'm gonna do a soil collection thing real quick, because we need some more. Need more soil, because we are planning on doing some filling in on our planets, our main factory planet. 500,000 is probably a good number to kind of be at, is kind of what I'm thinking.
Upgrade.
Another upgrade. Okay. We really didn't need to set this up yet, but it is set up, so we do have about a million-ish copper between these that we can eventually use on our main planet. Let's see, we need to go home. Let's check fuel. We got enough to get home at least.
Light mode. Cruise mode.
I need to actually set that as a target, because apparently I did not actually set that as a target. Miss Needed. Keep wanting to say Miss Needed because of EVE Online. For some reason. Okay, let's cut it there. That way we don't like burn through all of our fuel. But we should have enough to get back. Let's see. checking stuff on the other screen real quick, so sorry if it's a little slow on the loading. Okay, we should also hopefully have enough solar panels made that we can also start getting that put down, get more power off of those solar panels kind of array that I'm started on the planets. You can kind of see the fluctuation of power. Okay, so we're back. Okay, what else do we need to do here?
Flight mode.
Need to grab these for one. Start finishing off that. We need to grab stuff to fill in water. And we also need to grab fuel for the suit. And then that's...
Flight mode.
And then we need to eventually grab stuff for Mark III belts to go back and fix that stuff. And get that actually set up properly. Okay, but this is kind of like the array that I was talking about. And then we're gonna start filling in basically this going around. That's why I wanted to get so much soil while we're there. Kind of why I started with that planet on instead of going to the other one, because I knew placing all that stuff down would get it. We need to pick up some miners while we're here, don't we? Okay, dokie. So we need to fill this in like that. Some more. This kind of works out good because most of this is already filled in. And this center section here is going to get filled in for when we do our eventual like solar cells and all that stuff. Okay, so we need to fill in section here. Might as well just fill that in. We're gonna have enough dirt to complete this. Oh, we don't have enough of that. Oh, we're gonna have enough dirt. Okay, we're gonna have plenty of dirt. We just didn't have enough building stuff. Get another 1,000, and that actually helped fill in the planet a lot. Right there by itself. And we will get this done. Okay. Fill this in real quick because it looks out of place. And I think we are good to fill Just filling some extra sections in.
Light mode.
I think that's good. And then we'll copy and paste this down. Whoa, I definitely messed that up, didn't I? How the hell? There we go. Oh, perfect. Okay, and I'm gonna be short. Darn it. That's close enough that it isn't that big of a deal. In all honesty, that's probably done. But this should be quite a bit of power and hopefully make it so I don't use as much, need as much the thermal power plants here.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, and like I said, we probably have enough
Light mode.
solar panels made to 107. We're probably going to be pretty close to that. Maybe not all the way. I'm getting confused. Where are we at? We're going to go this way. Oh, yeah, we are literally just got it. Perfect timing.
Light mode.
Perfect. The 108. Then once this is done, it should only change. It'll change a little bit because we have like we're like on a 2-axis rotation technically, because we're rotating around a planet on top of rotating around the sun. So we have our, like, basically our rotation changes. So our amount of power we have from this will
Light mode.
go up and down depending on what part of the rotation of the sun we're in and what part of the rotation of the planet we're in combined. But as of now, we're doing 89 megawatts, 90 megawatts, going up a little bit, which is about, yeah, way more than what we're almost about, well, second place, so. But you can see it changing here. But that's a good jump in power. Let's see. Let's go. We have a power increase, so we should be able to, like, start working on upgrading the factory and not worrying about that as much. Let's check. our hydrogen production is probably going down. Yes. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of a good thing. It means we're getting a lot of solar, but hydrogen is basically infinite on that gas planet. So crude oil is still maxed out. We might need to get oil, refined oil increased. So coal production, set that 900 mark. What are we consuming coal for? Still. No, we need coal for this. But this is full now. So we got super magnets. So we have everything done to here. We have the processors. We do not have this yet. I don't think we have this automated. We have that automated. This is automated. This is automated. That's automated. That's automated. No, that's only done at the sites.
Upgrade complete.
We do need to do this. Glass. Carrier robots. See what we're looking like on production for that stuff. So super magnets, we were pretty decent, like production of it. I know we have quite a bit of sulfur acid left. Like I said, I think refined oil is kind of where we need to hit next, because we're going to need to increase, because I think this stuff here needs, we're making this with fire ice, so we don't have to worry about that. And that doesn't need oil because we're doing that with the fire ice. So what else do we need oil for? I feel like oil is always like something I'm behind on, and because I have fire ice, it feels like I'm not as far behind on this, because we don't need as much of the sulfuric acid, and it gets rid of the coal consumption from it, so we're saving a lot of coal because we have fire ice in the system. Could let me check what was that, the timer? So not 100 hour, let's go like 1 hour production, then we can kind of get an idea. What our max on things are. So plastic is made almost 1-for-1 on a lot of the jobs. We don't have designated stuff for it. Consuming, what was, oh, that was getting it storage, putting in storage, so that's why it was higher there. Processors, we haven't ran in a while. Let's go to processors, so we can cap out at almost over 1,000 every 10 minutes. We can do 200, it's not terrible. About 600 is about the cap on, super magnet rings, which is not terrible. That's 10-minute period. Okay, so let me double check what we're working on next. So we need to get to this. So we can get a Dyson spear at least started and get that going. Of course, we're gonna have to increase a lot of our productions to actually like maintain like a decent speed with that. We need what, purple science for that. We need to get purple. Oh, purple science is done, so we need to get purple science automated. Is something we need to work on. Let's get some more Qs and research. Durability of every unit is probably a good idea, even though I don't have any units yet. I need to probably start researching into this stuff down here, because I think this is... I can get that at least. High strength. Okay, so I need to get that researched, that researched, that researched. Then we're gonna get that Q's fuel full. And then by the point that's done, should have purple science automated. Then I should be hopefully getting some of that set up. I do need to, in all honesty, I haven't gotten to the point of the game where I actually start going to other solar systems yet, so I need to probably focus on that and learn about that a little bit before I start extremely going into it hardcore. This is going to be fun. I've been wanting to get the advanced mining machines. This is going to be fun. I haven't done that yet. Because where do I even get those purple crystals from? I think that's like an actual item you mine, right? Yeah, this is the warpers. So I need to... Space warper. I mean, what is green science? Green science is... what? Where is green science at? That's blue, red, green. No, yellow is there. Am I blind? Where's green science? Green science is here. Okay. Yeah, that makes... oh, but you get 2 for 1 of those. But it takes that processor, which is kind of seems like a waste. To waste one of those a quantum processor on for material wise, because you can make this probably a little bit easier. What is that? Fuel cost, the green, I think that's the fusion thing. Oh, I need to actually experiment with that fusion. I don't think that's the right thing though. Or no, it's right here. So it's 2 of those for 1 and that. Okay, that's not as bad as I was thinking it was.
Upgrade complete.
And then we can get warpers, and then we need space warpers to go between solar systems. And then I need to be making enough to supply ships with them. is the key to that. If I remember right, those crystals are made. We already have those automated, and that's coal. There is a different way of making it, which is going to be nice when I get that. Okay, so long story short, I need to automate purple science. Which, do I already have a blueprint for? I do not have a blueprint, I think. Oh, whoops. So that's needs to get deleted. There's nothing in there. That has nothing in there. Okay, let's delete this. Delete that. What is this? It's all being made in this. I think this is, but this doesn't have Mark IIs. I think this is just this with a couple more items hooked up to it that weren't in that. Iron. Don't think I have purple science set up yet. I have yellow, but I didn't even use that, which is not a big deal.
Light mode.
Actually, I need to eat and get ready for helping my friends film a podcast today. So I need to eat and get ready for that, and then I need to do a couple other things before that starts. And then I'll hopefully the end of this month or beginning of next month, I'll be uploading all this stuff to YouTube and like cut up sections, so like you can catch up and or watch like a 30-minute thing versus sitting through me debating on what I want to work on for the last 15 minutes. So if you guys want to check that out, don't forget to check out the YouTube channel. Got a Discord linked in the description, and I got don't forget to follow on Twitch. And I will see you guys hopefully in the next couple of days. I'll be picking this up again when I have some time, and I hope to see you guys there.